Hey all, this is Santosh, teacher in English. My topic is question tags. First, what are question tags? You are learning English, aren't you? Here, in this statement, first I gave a piece of information. You are learning English, and after that, I added a group of words, aren't you? To have the confirmation from the listener. And here, one more example is that Raj didn't subscribe. Did he? Is the group of words or the group of words that I added here to get the confirmation from the listener. Tags, we generally know tags are extra parts that added to any objects to know the price of the objects. Same way, the question tags are also some extra parts that are added to the statements which we have spoken. Mostly in spoken we use this. Right. The next, when do we use? We use them to get the confirmation when we are doubtful about the statement, what our ideas. Next, how we have to use, to know how we have to use question tags, how we have to include or how we have to write the question tags. Then we need to know certain rules. Before the rules, we need to know some basic important concepts that are what are helping verbs and what are main verbs and what are pronouns and contracted forms. First, let's see helping verbs. There are four types of helping verbs mainly: be forms, have forms, do forms, modal verbs. Be forms: is, am, are. Next, V2 form, was, were. Next, being and being. These all are be forms. Be forms: be, is, am, are, was, were, being, are all be forms. V1 form of V1 form is or am or are. Next, V2 form was or were. Next, V3 form being and V4 being. The same way, have forms have and has are V1 forms, and next had is a V2 and had is a V3. V4 is having. Next type of helping verbs are do forms: do or does V1, and next V2 did, V3 done, V4 doing. Modal verbs: will, would, shall, can, may. Will, V2 form would. Next V3 would. Next shall, should, can, could, may, might. Some other helping verbs, modal verbs are must, next ought to, dare, need, let, use to. These are some of the helping verbs. Why we need to know these helping verbs? These helping verbs, we use them as a contracted forms. Contracted forms means shortcut forms. Contracted forms. Another name is short forms. Is very important to know. Is plus not isn't. We add apostrophe comma and we avoid o. Am plus not. This is very important. Aren't. Why? Because when we see some words, here these are some of the words that I can give you some examples. Let's see. Here, the underlined word is silent. In in these words, what we say, this word is pronounced as a solemn, or this word is pronounced as damn. That is why I may think that this ament is not possible. So actually, the pronunciation, when M and falls together, there won't be proper pronunciation for the native speakers of English. So that is why they make the letter N silent when they fall together, M after N. So that is why here ament may not be possible to pronounce. That is why they have to. I think they have chosen. I think they have chosen aren't instead of ament, because it's not possible to pronounce. Next, next, some important things you need to know. Will plus not, won't. This is very important. Next, shall plus not, shan't. The remaining things are very easy to write. Do plus not, don't, etc. etc. Now we'll come to the rules and regulations of adding rules, adding question tags. First thing, I'll do with some examples. First, he is a doctor. Here, the statement is positive. He is a doctor. The statement is positive. Positive. So we need to add a negative tag. What is a helping verb? First, you need to take a helping verb. The next statement of positive or negative, we have to check. Statement is positive. Then what we have to do? We have to add only an apostrophe comma t to the helping verb, which is present in the sentence. Next, only pronoun of the helping verb subject you will have to add. The next, you need to add a question tag. Here, these are the 4 steps we need to follow when we wanted to add a question tag. What's the first step? First step, we need to find out helping verb. If there is no helping verb, you may get the doubt. Then what we have to do? You need to get help from the do forms. And next, let's see one more example. Things well. Here, the verb is main verb. As there is no helping verb, what we need to do, we need to take a do forms help. Do forms. Do is a V1. Next, does is also V1. Here, S or ES added to the main verb. So what we have to do, does we have to use, because both of them are do forms. And next, one more V2. If there is V2, then we need to use did. So I have taken did. The next, sorry, do, does I will have to take now. Why I have to take does? Because verb SRES added, and for do also SRES we add, then only we get does. That is why I have chosen does. Then after statement is positive or negative, we have to see statement is positive. So what we have to do? We have to make the tag negative. Negative is added. Next, Sita. Sita is the female gender, so feminine gender. So pronoun is used she. You may get doubt here. Two, three doubts you may get. Why can't we use does not when we wanted to make a negative? Because it's a tag, because it's a tag, we need to compress it. So what we are doing, shortcut form only we are using, just extra luggage. That is why maximum we are trying to avoid that. So you may think like that. And next, why we are using here only pronoun instead of Sita? Why can't we write here Sita? Then here it is actually same sentence. It is actually singular sentence. In this singular sentence, we should not use two times say nouns, repeated nouns. We cannot use. So that is why second time on or third time onwards, what we use pronouns. That is why we have to use only pronoun. What's the first step? First step is use the helping verbs. If there are no helping verbs, then what we have to? We have to take the help of do or does or did. Do or does for V1 and next did is for V2. Next, what we have to do next, if the statement is positive, then we need to add n apostrophe comma t. Only n apostrophe comma t we need to add. If the statement is negative, then we need not to add any n apostrophe comma t. The next step number 3, what we need to do, we need to write only pronoun of the subject. Pronoun subject Sita is pronoun she. Next, here he is there, pronoun he is used. Next, lastly, what we need to do, we need to place question mark. Okay. Some exceptionals or some exceptional cases we need to know. Exceptional one, I am a teacher. As I said earlier, what we need to do here, I need to add a question tag. If I wanted to add a question tag, then what I have to do, I have to add I need to take a helping verb first. Am is taken. The next n of the statement is positive. Then next am into. Since there is no word, there is no pronunciation for this, then what you need to do, you have to take a R int I, and pronoun I is always capital letter. So wherever it falls, it is always capital letter. And this is a exception, a very dangerous, and most of the people confuse here. So you need to keep in focus. Next, in case if it is a negative statement already, I am not, I am not visiting him. In this case, if I wanted to add a question tag, then it's simply am I. It's simply am I. Step number 1, helping verb taken. Next, write on the same thing. Next, statement is already in negative, so do not add am and apostrophe comma t. The next pronoun is added. The next step number 4, question mark. So this will be the question tag for the given statement, and we have to separate the statement and the tag with the help of comma in this. This is very important. This even this pointer is also very crucial, very important to know. What we do, we take a comma, we use comma to separate the statement and the tag. Rule number 2, never, no, none, hardly, barely, scarcely, rarely, little, few, seldom, nothing, etc. gives a negative, negative. They explain as a negativity. Never, not at all time, not regular times, not at all. No, nothing is there. Next, nothing, none, hardly, barely, scarcely, rarely, or also gives not even single time or only one or two times, but not sufficient that times. Little and few are also gives a complete negative information. Little కొంచెమే ఉంది, కొన్ని ఉన్నాయి, కొన్ని లిటిల్ కొంచెం, బట్ నాట్ సఫిషియంట్. ఫ్యూ కొన్ని, నాట్ సఫిషియంట్, సెల్డమ్ ఎప్పుడో ఒకసారి, నథింగ్ ఏది కాదు. అలా ఇవి నెగిటివ్ మీనింగ్స్ ఇస్తాయి కాబట్టి వీటితో ఉన్నాయంటే స్టేట్మెంట్ మనం ఏమనుకోవాలి, అవి స్టేట్మెంట్ నెగిటివ్ ఇస్తుంది అని అర్థం. వీ రేర్లీ ప్లే గేమ్స్, అంటే మేము ఎప్పుడో ఒకసారి ఆడతాం. రేర్లీ అంటే ఆడట్లేదు అని అర్థం. రేర్లీ ఎప్పుడో ఒకసారి ఆడతాం అంటే రెగ్యులర్గా ఆడట్లేదు అని అర్థం. సో నెగిటివ్ మీనింగ్ ఇస్తుంది కాబట్టి మనము దీనికి ట్యాగ్ ఏం యాడ్ చేయాలంటే play is a V1 here. That is why what we need to do, we need to write a do. Do is a V1 as I said earlier. Next, do. Already statement is negative, so we should not add an apostrophe kabatti. Next, what we have to do, pronoun we have to take the tag question mark we need to add. Next, here second one, let's see some other example. He has got little money, కొంచెమే money ఉంది, that is not sufficient. The statement gives little money in the sense which is not sufficient money for his work. So what is the helping verb here used? Has. Next, what we need, subject, pronoun is already pronoun is given, so what we have to, only pronoun we have to write, and next question mark we need to add. This is the way of adding question tag for the negative words. If there are any negative words present in the statement, then we need to write the tags like this. Some other. Next, sane, 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 insane, opposite sane, conscious. Right. Some, any, no, every. This word you need to remember. Somebody, and next, someone, something, anybody, anyone, anything, nobody, no one, nothing, everybody, everyone, everything. These are bot pronouns. We call them as bot pronouns. Okay. If these pronouns are there as a subject, then they take they use as a, they will be used as a pronoun. We need to understand somebody means we can understand, we may think that somebody means a singular person, but there are many people among one person that is not known. That కాబట్టి అక్కడ ఎవరు 10 మందిలో ఒక్కరు, కాబట్టి ఒక్కరు ఎవరో తెలియదు, కాబట్టి మనం ఆ మొత్తానికి యూజ్ చేసి గ్రూప్ని కన్సిడర్ చేస్తాము దే అని. నెక్స్ట్, ఇంకొక డిఫరెంట్ కేసు ఏంటి అంటే దేర్ వన్, దేర్ యాజ్ అ సబ్జెక్ట్గా వన్ కానీ దేర్ కానీ సబ్జెక్ట్గా యూజ్ చేస్తే మనం కంపల్సరీగా దేర్ ఉంటే దేర్ని యూజ్ చేయాలి, వన్ అంటే వన్నే యూజ్ చేయాలి. దిస్ దట్ ఉంటే ఒకవేళ ఇట్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం, ఎందుకంటే ఇవి సింగులర్ కాబట్టి థింగ్స్ని డినోట్ చేస్తాయి కాబట్టి దిస్ దట్ అని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. నెక్స్ట్, దీస్ దోస్ ఉంటే ప్లూరల్ లాగా కాబట్టి దే యూజ్ చేస్తాం ప్రొనౌన్. నెక్స్ట్, సమ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ విల్ సీ. సంబడి విల్ బి దేర్, somebody will be there. Will is a pronoun. Helping verb is used here. Somebody used as a pronoun. Will is a helping verb. So first I have used will. Next, negative statement is positive. That is why negative to be added for that. So what could be the contracted form of the will plus not won't? I have to use not willint. Not willint. నెక్స్ట్, సంబడి ప్రొనౌన్, సంబడి వస్తే ఏం యూజ్ చేయాలి, దే యూజ్ చేయాలి కాబట్టి వోంట్ దే అనేది కరెక్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ ట్యాగ్. నెక్స్ట్, నో వన్ హెల్ప్స్ హిమ్, నో వన్ హెల్ప్స్ హిమ్. ఇక్కడ ఏ ఒక్కరు కూడా హెల్ప్ చేయట్లేదు, అతనికి హెల్ప్ చేయరు అనేది ఇక్కడ V1 హెల్ప్స్ అనేది V1 ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ హెల్పింగ్ మెయిన్ వర్బే ఉంది, హెల్పింగ్ వర్బ్ లేదు కాబట్టి వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు యూస్ డస్ యూజ్ చేయాలి. యాక్చువల్గా V1 తర్వాత V1కి ఎస్ ఉంది కాబట్టి డస్ యూజ్ చేయాలని అనుకుంటాము. చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇది. నో వన్ అన్నప్పుడు అక్కడ ఉన్న వారు ఎవరు కూడా లేరు, వారెవరు లేరు కాబట్టి ప్రొనౌన్ ఏంటిది, దే. దేనికి రిలేటెడ్గా ది అనేది ప్లూరల్ కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ డూ అనేది తీసుకోవాలి. ఇక్కడ యాక్చువల్గా అయితే మనం ఏమనుకున్నాం, ఈవెన్కి ఎస్ ఉంటే ఇక్కడ డస్ తీసుకోవాలి సింపుల్గా అనుకున్నాం. ఇది ఒక రేర్ కేస్, ఇది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. దట్ ఈస్ వై ఐఎమ్ మార్కెట్ యాజ్ స్టార్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ కెన్ బిల్డ్ ఇట్, one can build it, can't one. Next, there is a pen, isn't there. Next, this is correct, sorry, this is correct, this is correct, isn't it. Next, those are pigeons, aren't they. These are some of the exceptional cases we need to know, very important. Next, next examples are some important. All of us, one of us, every one of us, some of us, many of us, most of us, either of us, neither of us, none of us, any of us, etc. These type of words. This type of words. Instead of us, we may find you also, all of you, and one of you, every one of you, every one of you, every one of you, some of you, many of you, most of you. We can use instead of us, you may find you, and you may find them also. In case if you find them, then if we find us, then we have to use the as a next pronoun. Next, you will be there. Next, them, they will be the pronoun. Neither of them is good. Here example, you see, neither of them is good. Neither of them, neither. After neither, we have to use a singular verb. Neither of them is good. Here, pronoun should be used they. That is why what we have to use are they. Next, all of you are subscribed, aren't you? All of you, all here plural. That is why are is used. Neither is singular, so that is why is used. Next, why we use are they? They are. They after they is plural. They after are is a assertive sentence. Are they is a questions. That is why are they are is used here. Next, all of you are subscribed, aren't you. And next rule is have, has, had as main verbs. If you find these have forms as main verbs, then we have to use do, does, did. Very very important. This also, this one, this example is given in our textbook, 8th class textbook. Boys have excellent appetite. Generally excellent appetite is a statement given in the 8th class textbook. So here have is used as main verb given, so that is why we have used do, and statement is positive. That's why we have used negative. Next, don't, boys plural. That is why they we have used. Next, modal verbs like dare, need, used, use to as main verbs. Then we have to use do, does, did according to the tense. He used my pen. He used my pen. Here, used is a main verb. That is why did is used. Used is main verb V2. It's working like V2 main verb. That is why did is used. Next rotational statement positive. That is why negative is added. And the next pronoun he is used. Question mark is just next. He used to play well. Here in this case, he used to play well. He used to play well. Used to play well. Here, used to is actually modal verb. Used to and would are expressed are the modal verbs which we use to express past habitual activities. So here he used to play well. In the past he used to play well. That means presently he is not doing. He is not playing well. We can understand that. Used to. Used to is a modal verb used here. That is why used int we have to use. Generally, some people may say that didn't also can be used, but when they are used as a modal verbs, then compulsory we have to use a used int. Right. If you get any doubts, you can ask. Some more difficult rules. let's and imperative sentence. Let's is also imperative sentence. Let's or let her, let him, let them. When we use them, we have to use a shall we. Let us is there, then we have to use a shall we. And next, let her or let him, let them, whatever negative or positive statements, what we have to do, we have to use will you as a question text. Let's not use plastic. Shall we? Here. Next, let her explain. Will you? Let her not go. Will you? Okay, in that case also same negative or positive we have to use a will you. Next, imperative. Imperatives expressing orders or anger, we use generally won't you or can't you when we express orders or anger. Positive or negative. Positive or negative request will we use will or can you. Here, shut up, won't you. Get me a chalk, will you. Shut up is expressing anger, so that is why we use won't you or can't you. We can use next. Get me a chalk, will you or can you. We can also use next. One more different is I know that you can do it. I know that you can do it. I know. What I know is this part giving answer for the question what. That means it is a noun clause. And next here the main verb is you may think that here can also verb, but here it is not a main verb. This is the part. This is just a noun clause, and this is the main verb. That is why no is a given. So what we have to use? Do is used here. Next tag is statement is negative, positive. That is why tag is used negative. These are some of the rules we have to be very careful about the question tags. And thank you for watching.